Okay, there's the timer, and that means it's time for us to go live. Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, hello Discord. Feels good to be live in 3 places at once. So welcome Didgeridoo to the audience on Discord. Hope you're having a good time. Didgeridoo says, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing well. I was thinking, as you can see, I have interactions.py up here. Didgeridoo says I'm doing good too. So recently I've been learning about interactions.py and learning about Discord bot building. And I just got a Discord notification. I don't know from where, but we'll not worry about that. So I thought I'd talk through this a little bit and show some example code and show how I've been working on it. And while you're here, Didgeridoo, would you like to come up onto the stage and say hello and talk about Discord bots? Welcome.
Hello. Hello. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Let me check that my audio... Okay, I want to turn your voice back up because I had it turned down for some reason. Okay, we are good to go.
I don't know if this is the same for you, but the stream quality seems not great for Discord.
That is interesting. I wonder if my computer is sweating. Let me just check what it looks like over on Twitch. It looks pretty clean on Twitch. So it might actually be a Discord issue. You could try.
It may well be.
You could try watching on Twitch. It would be delayed a few moments, but you might be able to see more cleanly.
Okay.
So you could try that if you like.
Yeah. I'm part of the content, but I'm also trying to watch the content.
Yeah, it's circular. As long as we don't get an audio feedback loop, we should be okay.
Yeah, but I've got headphones on. We'll be fine.
That's good. That's good to hear. While you're doing that, I'll start talking about interactions.py. We're on the home page. It says, we hope this documentation is helpful for you, but don't just Control-C and Control-V. I have been doing some Control-C and Control-V with this documentation, but I've also been doing more than that. So I think it'll be okay.
Good.
A highly extensible, easy to use, and feature-complete framework for Discord. I may test that highly extensible notion and see if I can build an extension to make a soundboard beatbox. That's something I want to build. Interactions.py is the culmination of years of experience with Discord's API and bot development. That sounds like a good thing. This framework has been built from the ground up with community feedback and suggestions in mind. Our framework provides a modern and intuitive set of language bindings for easy interaction with Discord. And then it talks about key features. Interactions.py offers a wide range of features for building Python-powered Discord bots and web applications alike. Discord bots and web applications. What do they mean by web applications? I honestly am not sure. Maybe there's like a web application behind the Discord bot. Anyway, going on, they claim 100% coverage of the Discord API, dynamic cache with TTL support. I don't remember what TTL is, unfortunately. Modern and Pythonic API for easy interaction with Discord. Proper rate handling. That seems important. Feature parity with most other Discord API wrappers. Most. Does that mean that there's like a single or one or more Discord API wrappers that have more features? I wonder. And fully automated command synchronization. I actually was having some issues with that today. That's really interesting because I was having commands appear twice in my server which looks kind of bad, I think. And apparently it has to do with the fact that when you register a / command for Discord, you can do it globally, or you can do it locally to a specific guild or set of guilds. And apparently there's an opportunity for the command to get registered twice. I found if I kicked the bot out of the guild and then re-invited it. Oh wait, I was gonna turn on my timer so that I do 30 minutes of streaming and then take a little break. Oh wait, make that more upright. That's better.
I like the fact that it's got its own camera.
I like that too. I technically have 3 cameras, but one of them's not working. And today I thought, would I rather stream my keyboard or my sand timers? And I decided on sand timers. Okay, in addition to core... I said that. Wait, no. I was talking about command synchronization. It's automated, which means you don't have manual control over it, which means that either it's hard or impossible to go in and say, reset all the commands from the server or from the guild. I'm going to say guild because server is a somewhat ambiguous term in the internet land. In addition to core functionality, interactions.py provides a range of optional extensions, allowing you to further customize your bot and add new features with ease. Extensibility, so the base library doesn't do what you want, no problem. With built-in extensions, you're able to extend the functionality of the library. And if none of those pique your interest, there are a myriad of other extension libraries available. Just type bot.load extension, extension. Where does it search for the extensions, I wonder? Like, what are the names of the extensions? Because what I've been doing is I have an extensions directory, and I have scripts in there that serve as extensions. But I think they're talking about, do you like pip install a directory and do it that way? I'm not sure how that works. But moving on, prefixed commands, it says prefixed commands, message commands, or legacy commands, whatever you want to call them. By default, the interactions.py library will not handle these, but rest assured this extension will get you going. Automatic command registration, annotation support. This extension, what extension? They don't actually tell me what extension they talk about. And also, for clarity, when they say prefixed commands, that's like when you have $hello in a message that you send, and the bot notices that and responds. And for that to work, the bot needs to have permission to read messages, which it doesn't have by default these days. You have to have it's called a special intent to get that ability for the bot. And apparently that's difficult to get if your bot is in more than 100 servers, which is not exactly a problem for me right now, but it matters to people who take Discord bots seriously, obviously. Okay, debug extension, a fully featured debug and utility suite to help you get your bots made. Rigged, I don't know how to say that, but a hot reloading extension allows you to automatically update your bot without reboots. That's really neat because I've already realized that having to stop the bot and restart it and try to get that timing right is a potentially awkward and annoying thing when you're updating code. So if you can hot reload, that's great. It's Sentry. It says it integrates Sentry IO error tracking into your bot with a single line. Sentry.io is a log tracker and I guess error tracker. So that it says elsewhere on this site, do not send your errors to Discord, because if there's a lot of errors, you have the chance of getting rate limited by Discord. And also the errors can be too long and not fit in a standard Discord message. So it's much better to have a third party tracker to be taking care of your errors for you and keeping track of them. It says, where do I start? Getting started with interactions.py is easy. Simply install it via pip and start building your Discord application in Python. Pip install -u Discord py interactions. I'll copy that. Oops, here we go. And before I go do that, I'll look at the example. It says import interactions. So it's interesting that even though on pip we have to type Discord py interactions, for the import we simply type interactions. bot equals interactions.client. We have a client class that we initialize here. And currently we're not feeding any options into it, but there are a number of options that can be fed into it. It says at interactions.listen. This is a function decorator, and it tells interactions.py something about how to deal with this function in a way, in addition to what a function would normally only do in Python. Next, we have async def on startup. I believe the on startup name is significant, and it means that once the bot starts up and is ready to go, that's when this function executes, and it simply prints bot is ready. Then we do bot.start with token, where token is your Discord token for your basically your password for controlling your bot. Okay, I've been doing a fair bit of talking. Any questions about all that?
An infinite number.
Well, while you're collecting your thoughts, maybe I'll start installing the library so we can see this code in action.
The at symbol in that's a decorator, is it?
The at makes this a decorator.
And so, would you very briefly go over, maybe in a couple of sentences, just what a decorator does again?
Yeah, well, let me actually go Python documentation and look up that Python documentation decorator, because I bet the official Python docs can say it better than I can. Makes it a little bit bigger. After specifying a decorator. This actually, in a way, makes it almost less easy to understand, because a decorator, it says, is a function returning another function, usually applied as a function transformation using the at wrapper syntax. Common examples for decorators are class method and static method. The decorator is usually merely syntactic sugar. The following two function definitions are semantically equivalent. So when they say syntactic sugar, that means a different way to write the same thing. And when they say semantically equivalent, the semantics are the underlying meaning of the code. So define f of an argument. F equals static method of f. Or we can say at static method, define f of arg. It's a little confusing that this is green, whereas this is white, but I guess that's just the standard color formatting for these for Python things. And now it says the same concept exists for classes, but is less commonly used there. See the documentation for function definitions and class definitions for more about decorators. I wonder if they'll have a more helpful explanation in here, but I think that's getting a little bit too deep. So what I'll rather do to try to explain it is, if we only wrote this, we would have one kind of function, but the decorator is like a meta function that pulls in this function and puts out a more powerful function or a more interesting function or just a more different function.
Okay. I'll take that.
You'll take that. Okay.
I'll take
I'm glad. Let me then go to here, copy, and go to I was going to go to PyCharm. I've got a new Simplebot project. Since they said pip, I'll use pip. Since they said virtual environment, I'll use pip. And virtual environment, that's the base. We'll do a new environment. Create, please. Start with a new Python file. I'm going to call this bot.py. And just for fun, I am going to run it just like it is. And we don't get very far because it says no module named, module not found error, no module named interactions. A module is a bit of Python code. And one way to get access to bits of Python code is to install them with pip. So I will go back to their website and follow their instructions to do pip install -u discord pi interactions. We'll wait a moment for that to happen. Okay, that was pretty quick. Let's do a pip freeze. And you can see that there are a bunch of things installed, but rather than write down all of them or keep track of all of them, I'm simply going to copy this one, 5.9.2, new Python file. I'm going to call it requirements.txt. I'm going to paste discord pi interactions equal that. Oh, I clicked create Python file, so we have requirements.txt.py, and my is PyCharm unhappy about this situation. Requirements.txt refactor. This should be better. Yes, now PyCharm is not super upset, so we're making progress. Let's try again. Python, or let's run it. No, let's run it at the terminal. Python main.py. Oh, no such file or directory. How about python bot.py? It's trying, and it looks like a whole big scary error. But we have a login error. An improper token was passed from E. What is E? Oh, we have a 401 unauthorized. So the short answer, or the punchline to all of this is I need to give my token. Like, for example, my super secret token. But obviously, I'm not going to show my token on stream because that would be a bad idea. A better idea is to use from .env import import load.env. What is .env? Let's start by doing pip install python.env. I believe this is the way to do it. That seems to have worked. Let's do pip freeze bar prep. What did I say? Oh, .env. We have python.env equals 1.0.0. I wonder when or if they'll upgrade it to, they'll move it up to 1.0.1. That would be kind of interesting to see. So we add that to my requirements.txt. We go back to the bot.py, and with the .env we call load.env. We don't need to give it a path for the .env because it just finds that on its own. So instead, now that it has loaded whatever .env is, it's loaded from that into the environment. And if we then do import OS, and we do OS dot token equals OS dot get env of discord token. And why is it complaining about, oh, because get env is not a valid thing, but get env is. So I take that, I store it in the variable token, and then I say bot.start token. And to show you an idea of how this could work, I'm gonna say export discord token equals, and I'm going to call it my super real discord token. I think I might need no spaces there. I forget the syntax for this. Okay. And now if I debug run this, it'll get down to here eventually. And oh, it didn't work. Maybe it didn't work because the debug doesn't have access to the same terminal that does. So I'm just going to bail on this example and move forward to the punchline, which is that I'm going to make this embarrassing mistake go away, and I'm going to create a .env file, new file, and I'm going to first create. This is how I like to document how the .env file should look without committing the real .env to version control. I create a .env.example, and I look in bot.py and see that the name for my environment variable is that. So I just say Discord token equals my super secret token. And if we were to run this bot again, actually we can debug it now and see that once we get down here, oh, oops, I need to copy this to .env. I'm just full of mistakes tonight. Maybe I'm tired. I don't know. Copy that into the real .env text is okay. Now we can re-debug bot.py. And token is my super secret token. Okay, I'll have to remember to be careful about what I show in the debugger, because the debugger may have actually if I do this, if I just directly feed it in there, I'll be less likely to have the token show up in the debugger. So that'll be good. So now I'm going to briefly go off of stream. And I'll narrate what I'm doing, but I won't show what I'm doing because obviously I don't want to show my real token on stream. So where did I put this thing? It's in home / PyCharm project / simple bot. And I'm going to vim.env, go to a new tab. That'll work. So now I want to avoid clicking on, oh, I've got .env open right there. Hold on, I need to go take the thing off the stream for a second. We're just going to fade to black. Cut. Oops, wait, it doesn't work. Or does it? Hold on a second.
Fade to black worked, so it's fine.
Okay, the issue is that I was confused between what was my preview and what was my actual program on what I was showing on screen. So fade to black, in fact, did work. And I can go over here and close .env. Okay, I think that's good. Remove fade to black. Okay, yeah, we're good. And now I'll just run this thing. Bot is ready. So it hasn't done anything particularly interesting, but it is running. And I should probably shut down my other bot that's running, but first I'll turn this one off. It's probably not great to have more than one bot with the same token running at a given time. So pardon me while I go exit those terminals and open a new one. Oops. Okay. The other bot is down, so I'm ready to turn this bot up. And I'm going to go back to my Discord window. Okay. Any questions on that part of it?
Well, I'll say no. I'll say no.
You'll say no. Okay, let's add some functionality to this bot. Let's give this bot a feature. Interactions.py, home, changelog, API reference guides. I'll go to guides. Index. Let's be honest, reading API documentation is a bit of a pain. These guides are meant to help you get started with the library and offer a point of reference. Yeah, the API documentation, which I have read in part, is very dense. We have a note here. As with many Python libraries, you may use import interactions and do interactions.x for your objects. The documentation leans more towards using from interactions import x, however. Didgeridoo, are you following the difference between those two things?
Not immediately quite. I was just admiring the fact that an API documentation was sympathizing with my views on API documentation. Of a pain.
Well, this is technically not an API documentation, but rather a guide, API guide versus API reference.
Okay.
Anyway, let me talk about Python imports. In fact, let's go back to Python documentation and do import. Or no, let's search for module. Glossary module. Module is an object that serves as an organizational unit of Python code. Modules have a namespace containing arbitrary Python objects. Modules are loaded into Python by the process of importing. See also package. We'll go click on importing. Importing, the process by which Python code in one module is made available to Python code in another module. So let's show how this can work. Let's say we have a Python file and we'll call it hello module.py. Oops, I put it in the wrong place. Put it in my environment. I'd rather put it in my simplebot directory. So in this, we're simply going to say def say hello, and we'll print hello. Then let's create a main.py. Simple. Oh, maybe I need to be selecting this before I don't know how I did it wrong before. There are two ways I can do this. I can import hello module and then type hello underscore module. Wow, typing what? Dot say hello, and notice that PyCharm auto finishes it for me. So it's analyzing the files.
The other format is the from something import.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll show that one next. Run main.py. It says hello, predictably. The other one is from hello module import. Say hello. And interestingly, if I tried to run it right now, it would fail because it would look for hello module and not find it. In fact, let's run this now. And it says name hello module is not defined. However, if we delete that, now these light up in a nicer color. And I can run this and it says hello. So that's the difference. And go back to
you're in general meant to do the from method, aren't you? Because sometimes
this library prefers the from method, it seems.
Because if it's very large, then it can be quite a lot to download.
Yeah, you might have it's not a download issue, it's a loading issue from stuff that's already on your computer.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I
Because
just didn't really think
what
of it in that way.
uh
I always think of it about it as downloading. I know it's not, but
yeah, it's pip install is when the download happens, but import is something that's already on your computer. There might be exceptions to that if you do some kind of crazy setup, but I don't know of a way to do that. Um, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, and now it says events, errors, and utilities are under their own sub namespaces when using import interactions. For example, events are under interactions.events.x.
so can I just ask a question there?
Uh-huh.
So why do you have to import it at all if it is on your computer?
Because by default, Python, yeah, why not? Well, okay. This is actually a bigger question than I initially thought. Like, why not automatically give Python access to everything? I think one of the answers is security.
Yeah,
It's important to control what Python does and does not have access to.
maybe it's to make custom environments as well, perhaps.
Yes, but custom environments. Another reason would be to avoid name collisions.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of reasons for that. Let me think about what to do next. I'm going to continue on reading here. Getting started. Ready to get your Python on and create a Discord bot? This guide's got you covered with installation options and a basic bot code example. Let's see what their get started says. Introduction. Ready to get your Python on and create a Discord bot? This guide's got you covered with, okay, I read that already. Requirements. Python 3.10 or greater, which is interesting because Python 3.10 is not all that old. And for example, Google virtual machines by default don't have a package manager that allows you to install Python 3.10. So you have to go through some extra steps, I discovered. Know how to use pip, a bot account, and it points to guides to creating your bot. I've already done that, so I don't think I'll show that on stream today. But it says installing and setting up a bot, virtual environments. We strongly recommend that you make use of virtual environments when working on any project. This means that each project will have its own libraries of any version and does not affect anything else on your system. Don't worry, this isn't setting up a full-fledged virtual machine, just a small Python environment. Now that's interesting. What does a virtual machine have that a Python environment does not?
But this isn't a question for me. I really don't know.
I totally forgot about this, but I'm gonna say to do compare/contrast Python environment with virtual machine. Also, this Python should probably be capitalized, but I don't think I care enough to mention an issue on their GitHub. So cd your bots directory. I'm there already. PyCharm did that for me. Python 3-m venv source venv bin activate. All that PyCharm smartly did for me. It says it's that simple. Now you're using a virtual environment. If it was really simple, I feel like we could have got it done in one line of code instead of 3. Well,
This
maybe
is
2.
on Linux as well, isn't it?
This is Linux, yeah. There is a Windows version, which is a little different. Interesting Pi-3. I've never seen that before. Okay, if you want to learn more about virtual environments, check out this page. I may check that out later, just for curiosity. What page? docs.python.org 3 tutorial venv.html. And I'm going to add another to do. Automatically add these to-do messages to somewhere I will look. Okay, python-m pip install discord pi interactions.upgrade. Interesting that this is a subtly different command than the one on their main page. basic bot, it says this is a very basic bot. For a more detailed example / template bot that demonstrates many parts of interactions.py, see the boilerplate repository. Where is the boilerplate repository? GitHub.com interactions.py / boilerplate. I believe I've not actually seen this yet, so I'm curious what's here. Last commit was in April. Can't believe that was 4 months ago. Version 5.0 has been released. Native cogs support is here with v4.1. Installation, token equals paste. Make a new file, .env. Do they have a... How are they loading it from that? I'll see that later. Installation. If you aren't sure how to obtain your server IDs, check out this article. And what else? Let's see source. Logutil.py. That's not very interesting. Main.py. That's better. Yep, they're using .env as well as I did. And it says interactions.listen on startup, extensions equal those in listdir. What was I meaning to look up? I just wanted to see whether it was using that. And let's see what the extensions have. We have a hello world. And we have a template. I may make use of this example tonight on the stream. But, from config. How did they run config? Oh, they use a config.py. That's nice. The scope for your bot to operate in this should be a guild ID or a list of guild IDs. Oh, interesting. So you can do either a list or an individual item. I'm actually surprised that's possible. Okay. That's nice to know. I'll be looking at that some more later, I think. Anyway, now let's get a basic bot going. For your code, you'll want something like this. And for emphasis, I think I'll type it out instead of copy pasting it all. So from interactions, I can just delete all this because it was a silly little example. From interactions, import client, intents, listen. Intents, listen. Next, bot equals client, intents equal intents.default. And the explanation here says, intents are what events we want to receive from Discord. Default is usually fine. Why did they say snake here? That's silly. Anyway, we have @listen. And as I said before, that's a decorator. And apparently I call it. That's interesting. But anyway, async def on ready. Let's see what they say about the decorator. This decorator tells Snake that it needs to listen for the corresponding event and run this coroutine. Coroutine is a fancy name for a function that has been made asynchronous. So async def on ready. Oops. Async def on ready. And I don't remember if it had any parameter, any arguments. No, it did not. This event is called when the bot is ready to respond to commands. Print ready. Capital ready. And print f quote. They're using double quotes. I'll use single quotes just to be a rebel. This bot is owned by bot.owner. This bot is owned by curly brace bot dot. And here's a nice thing. When I do bot dot, it shows me all the different stuff that I have access to in the library or in the module. M for module, I believe. Bot dot, what was it? Owner. Okay. And I'm probably being unnecessarily careful here, but I don't remember what it's going to say when it says owner, so I'm going to fade to black. Except I won't be able to see it myself very well. I didn't think about that. Oh, I don't think I ran the right thing. want to run this thing. Oh, you know what? That was silly of me. This code doesn't do anything. It defines the bot variable, it defines the onReady function, but doesn't do anything at all with it. So that was kind of a nothing. Now we listen. This says at listen. Async def on message create. A message create of event. Interesting that they're not doing any type hinting on event, but I'll not worry about that for now. This event is called when a message is sent in a channel the bot can see. Then we print f quote message received. I'm going to do capital M. And then this would be an f string message event.message.content. That's that. And finally, we do bot.start, put your token here. Okay, before I go walk through the .env stuff again, is there a question here?
I assume that you're asking me.
I am asking you. That's
Not-
a fair observation or question to put up. But yes, do you have a question?
All right. So what is asynchronous?
So asynchronous is in contrast to synchronous, which is if we go to main.py, we can say print Python will do this. Print then this. And I'll comment out the say hello stuff and run this main.py. And of course it prints out Python will do this, and then this, which is, I think, so unsurprising that it almost seems silly to point it out. Maybe not silly, but it's not a surprising thing. I'll just say it that way. But what gets interesting is if I look in the docs for async hat, async chat, I don't know how to say that, async IO, async core, which of these do I want? Maybe async IO will be a good place to start. Async IO is a library to write concurrent code using the async await syntax. So here's their example. Let's just try that one. Comment out on that code. This says import async IO, async def main, print hello ... await async IO sleep 1, print ... world. This is not a super interesting example, but let's run it just to see it. Because I can write the same thing, def main print, I'll import time. Time dot and not sleep 1, and then print world, and let's run this example. Maybe I have to actually run main. Let's try this example, and it says hello, and it waits, and it says world. So far, not very interesting. But let's look at a more interesting example. High level if it's runners, APIs and tasks. If we now look at this example and we import async IO and we thing equals await that and then print thing. Async IO.sleep and we'll do it too. If we run this one, we should see that, oh, await outside function. Oh, darn it. So how come it's allowed in the shell? Okay, I'll do this example in the shell. Or the Python console. Import async IO. Await async IO.sleep 2 result equals hello. And it waits, and it waits. And the difference is, instead of saying def my fun return hello, and then my fun, I run it, and just like that, it returns hello. So by default, Python code does one thing and then it moves to the next thing as quickly as it possibly can. But with asynchronous code, it can sit around and wait and potentially even do something else while code is waiting to be run, or is waiting on a timer, or is doing some complex operation. And I'm hoping I can find some more interesting examples in this documentation. Here's a basic example. Here's main is a coroutine object. Let's just run this example and see what we get. Started at time, hello, world, finished at time. This is kind of a thorny example, but let's work through it. Async def say after delay what, await synchronous.delay print what, main print started, await say after hello, await say after world. Oh my gosh. Oh, you can't see that. It's on my PC. That was annoying. Someone wants me to buy toner for my printer. So going down to the execution, we run main. Main says print this, await this, await this, and then print this. Still not a very interesting example. I don't know if I'm going to find anything actually interesting in here.
Yes, but in theory, you could replace it with something like maybe like some deep learning.
Sure. Yeah, you could do that.
You know, an unknown number of an unknown time, and that means that you could still do something even though you don't know when it's going to come back, basically.
Yeah, I haven't seen an example yet where the code does something else while it's doing the first thing. That's what I was hoping to see. But maybe I don't want to go that deep tonight. I think I'll figure that out later. Let's go back to here. Oh yeah, we were doing bot.start, put your basic token here. It says you now have a basic understanding of this library. That might be a little bit ambitious, but thank you. If you have any questions, check out our other guides or join the Discord server. It is a helpful Discord server. I've already gotten some answers to some questions from them. It says for more examples, check out the examples page. But for now, let's prove that this works by opening up bot.py. And like I said, I would do the from .env import load.env, and now we load.env, and then we do os.get.env Discord token, and I need to not forget to import os, but not in all caps, and run bot. I did it again. Gent env. That is so weird. os.get env Discord token run. This bot is owned by @19bit. Okay, yeah, that's okay that it said that. That was the end of that timer. I think it's a good time for a break mode. So I'm going to switch the cameras to Hourglass and put on Be Right Back and cut to that. Looks good. And I'm going to mute the mics for a moment. Okay, we are back. Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, hello Discord, hello Didgeridoo. What questions have you perhaps had time to come up with? Oh, I like Random Forest. Yeah, I guess so, off the top of my head, yeah. Maybe mostly because I like trees, but maybe for other reasons too. Oops. Okay. Well, I'll continue on to the next section of the guide then. I guess I go back. Getting started. Creating your own bot. Want to create your own bot but don't know where to start. This guide has you covered from the bottom. Bottom. That's funny. To the top. Let me see if they. What is this? Oh, this is going through. This is going through the steps. You may or may not be asked to enter your password or 2FA authentication code to confirm this action. Warning, do not share your token. Inviting your bot. Give it bot and application.commands. You need manage server permissions to add a bot to a server. Okay. This is a useful tutorial if you haven't created your bot yet, but I have created my bot yet. So, yeah. The token is like the token is the bot's password. So just like you use your password to log in to Discord and have permission to send messages, the bot needs its token to be able to join a server and send messages in that server. So it's not about permission to edit the source code of the bot. It's about giving the bot's source code. It's giving the bot's executing program permission to do stuff to a server or in a server. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to invite a bot, what you need is, and it actually shows it on this page. If your bot needs any special permissions, now you have an invite link. Simply use this to invite your bot. So it's a URL that you can load in a web browser, and it says something like discord.com/invitebot ? Bot ID equals da 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 da. And as an owner of a server, I can click that link, and then I use the fact that I'm logged in with my password on my computer to add the bot to my server, but I don't need to know the bot's token to do that action. One little wrinkle to do with that is the question of whether it's a private bot or a public bot. If it's a public bot, anyone with that link can add it to their server. If it's a private bot, only the owner of the bot can add it to a server. If you don't have the token, you basically don't have a bot. It's like if you had a Gmail account but you didn't know your password, you don't really have a Gmail account. It's out there in the world and it exists, but you can't do anything with it or to it. Oh, uh-huh. Yeah. Well, you could sign up for that email that does not yet exist. Yeah. All right. Okay, creating your bot, that's I think I've talked enough about that for tonight. Let's create slash commands. Let me read the little thing here. Slash commands are a cut above the rest. This guide will show you how to create your very own slash commands. Creating slash commands. So you want to make a slash command, or interaction as they are officially called. That's where the library got its name. Want to create a slash command but don't know how to get started? This is the right place for you. Your first command. To create an interaction, simply define an asynchronous function and use the @/command decorator above it. Interactions need to be responded to within 3 seconds. To do this, use await context.send. If your code needs more time, don't worry, you can use await context.defer to increase the time until you need to respond to the command to 15 minutes. Interesting. So from interactions, import /command and /context. I've already imported a few things, so I'll add /command. How's the capitalization on that? /command, comma, I think it might be capitalized this time. Yeah. So interesting side note, I'm going to write in the Twitch chat to do y lowercase /command versus uppercase /context. That's kind of interesting. I think it's long time established. Oops. Decorators are in lowercase and classes are in uppercase. Interactions.models.internal.context. Class /context. Whereas this is, it's nice that they show you a bit of the source code. Def /command name. That's okay. Not a problem. Well, I'm sure it's safer to keep your opinions to yourself, but I think it makes the stream more interesting if you share them. Okay, /command /context @/command name equals my command. So I'll go down below bot @/command name equals my command. And what else? Description equals my first command smiley face. Async def my command function ctx /context. Async def my, what would they call it? My command function. Of ctx /context. And that code is await ctx.send hello world, which is nice and simple, but gets done what it needs to. And I would like to give you, let's see, where is this bot currently running? Is it running? It is running. So if I look in this server or another server, is the bot here? Yeah, the bot is here. /my, oops, up here. I guess it didn't recognize it yet. I may have to wait a while. Once I know it's ready, I'll invite you to that test server where I have the bot up and running and tell, oh, you know what? This will never work because I haven't run this code yet. Go figure. So now I'll stop and rerun this bot and try again with /my _ command. I don't know if it's going to work yet. Yeah, it doesn't work yet. So that was not very impressive. the reason that hasn't worked yet is it takes time for the slash commands to propagate over to the server. Because, well, have you used slash commands before in a Discord server? Okay, so the way slash commands go, and maybe there's one available in the Byte Bunch server. I'm not sure. You type slash and a context menu or like a context hit comes up to tell you that you're typing a slash command, and it's a way for Discord to kind of guide you through saying the command. In contrast to with prefix commands, you would type exclamation point, I don't know, exclamation point bot, and the bot would say hello. Or do whatever the bot does. But these slash commands, and in that case, the bot listens to messages and then sends a response. But with the slash commands, the server has to know ahead of time what commands the bot has registered. And it takes some time for that information to get from my bot to a server. In fact, to all the servers. That's why it takes so long. The scale of it all is kind of mind-boggling, really. So that was the first slash command. Now for the second one, we have @ command name equal my long command. The script and equals my second command, smiley face. And we have async def my long command function. As a function of ctx/context. And the content is await ctx.defer. In this case, the await is here because we don't know how long it'll take for the bot to talk to the Discord server. What would PyCharm say if I hovered my mouse over await? I guess it won't say anything. Anyway, await async.sleep 600. This would be time for you to maybe, async IO. I think I forgot to import async IO. Where did they import it? Oh, interesting. They didn't actually tell you to import it. You just have to kind of know that async IO needs to be imported. So now import async IO.sleep 600, and that's time for you to run your favorite random forest model, potentially, and then await ctx.send hello world. Two exclamation points this time to make it extra. And we've got those other functions that we defined, and we've got the bot.start os.get env bot token. There's a note here: command names must be lowercase and can only contain dash and underscore as special symbols and must not contain spaces. It says here, when testing, it is recommended to use non-global commands as they sync instantly. For that, you can either define scope in every command or set debug scope in the bot instantiation. Oh, that's nice. Debug scope in the bot instantiation, which sets the scope automatically for all commands. You can define non-global commands by passing a list of guild IDs to scopes in the interaction creation. So the example for that here is scopes equals, and that's a guild ID. And in fact, I'm going to try out this debug scope in the bot instantiation. So that means that I go back to here where we do bot equals client scopes debug scope equals a list with os.get env test server ID. And why is it complaining at me? Did I do something wrong? Expected int string snowflake object supports int blah blah, got list of string or none instead. Parameter debug scope of interactions.client. Let me see how this is supposed to go. Do they want, what did it expect? Type int or string. Maybe I have to just give it a single server for the debug scope. So let's go back to my terminal over here. Let's cd PyCharm projects. Pull up the .env. Oops, cd simple bot. Test server ID equals something, and now I need to looks like I have a test guild ID over here, so I can use that one. Okay, let's try running this bot again, this time with the test server ID debug scope. Stop and rerun, yes please. Now I just need to remember which guild ID it was that I did this in. I think it will have been this one. /my. What's there? But it's there 3 times now. That's super annoying. Okay, I am going to create an invite to this test server for you, didgeridoo, to go ahead and give you that invite. And now you can try out the / command and see what it looks like. Okay, great. It's in the live text channel. All right, so in the chat, type /my. And you should see a hint that says my command popping up. Yep, good. And go ahead and hit enter on that. Or does it only send it to me? That's an interesting question. Oh, there it is. And 19-bit bot says hello world. So that's a / command. Let's see about what else they say about / commands. That might have been all they said. For more information, please visit the API reference here. Let's take a look at, out of curiosity, how the API reference approaches this subject. We have / command, name equals missing, star description equals missing, scopes equals missing. A decorator to declare a coroutine as a / command. Note, while the base and group descriptions aren't visible in the Discord client, currently we strongly advise defining them anyway. Base and group descriptions. If you're using a subcommand, we strongly advise to find them anyway if you're using subcommands. As Discord had said, they will be available in one of the future UI updates. It's interesting. So we have parameters. It takes a name, a description, scopes, options, default member permissions, DM permission, subcommand name, subcommand description, group name, group description, not safe for work. Interesting. This command should only work in non-safe for work channels. Subcommands. If you have multiple commands that fit under the same category, subcommands are perfect for you. This part is actually new to me. It says let's define a basic subcommand. So @/command, let's see where they're going with this. Oops, I want to put it down here. Actually, interestingly, it looks like, wait, what if I send a message in that server? Does the bot have the ability to see it and send it back? Oh, it prints message received, but it doesn't have the special intent, I guess, to read message content. So when it prints down here, it just prints message received blank. But interestingly, it does say message received hello world, so it sees its own message and prints it out to the console. So that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Do I actually want to get into subcommands? This looks like kind of a large example. More options. Restricting options. Option name, be aware that option name and the function parameter need to be the same. In this example, both are integer option. But I want a choice. I need more than 25 choices. That seems like a specific situation. But I don't like decorators. Interesting, you don't need to use decorators. I don't want my friends using my commands. How rude. So there's an example of permissions and context menus. Both default permissions and DM blocking can be used the same way for context menus since they are normal / commands under the hood. They haven't introduced context menus yet, but okay. I don't want to define the same option every time. Simplified error handling. I need a customer. Yeah, this is way too much information for me to go through all tonight, I feel like. But so that's a beginning introduction to /commands. What do we got? I'd say we got about 15 minutes left on this timer. Do a good stretch. What shall I stream about now? What is the problem with sand timers? You can't tell how much time there is. Yeah, well, you can tell it's done or it's not done. That's really the only two pieces of information you absolutely need. Yeah, that would take some doing, and probably wouldn't be very reliable. It'll be repeatable. It'll be semi-repeatable, except that if the sand is tilted, then you'll be, your estimate will be off. No, it's not completely flat. That's true. If it was a water timer and the water flowed slowly enough, like had a small enough opening that it could, because then the water would always level out on its own. For carefully labeled water clocks, maybe. Well, since I don't feel like going into more detail about this one, I'm guessing you may not have any specific questions in mind over about this onslaught of interactions.py information I've been pushing in your direction. Okay, I see. the best question. Nothing but the best on this stream. I'm glad you take this seriously. Probably take it more seriously than I do. Okay. Should it be Eric merchandise or 19-bit merchandise? Every kind of merchandise. Yeah, of course. Don't miss out on opportunities. We've been an hour and 26 minutes. I do not know what time it is over there. Is it time to be leaving a stream? That's quite late. I intend to be asleep before it reaches that time in my neighborhood. Yes, you are. I like it. Oh, yeah, my Discord bot. So, I have a Discord bot. In fact, let me fire it up, and you can interact with it in the test server. So to do that, I'll go into PyCharm and close down this bot, and you may notice, or you might have been able to notice, had you been in the server, that the 19-bit bot goes offline immediately. So Discord is that suggests that Discord is always listening to the bot and always like checking in, saying, "Are you still here? Are you still here? Are you still here?" And the bot says, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." And maybe the bot gets tired of saying yes. I don't know. But anyway, right. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Hopefully the bot just keeps running. I had it saying 33 minutes have passed every 33 minutes just to test that it keeps going through the night, and it did do that. It is not yet in the main server. It will be in the same test server that I invited you to recently. It appears as the same bot in that server. It will be called 19-bit bot, and that's kind of fun to say fast. Since it's using the same token, Discord doesn't know the difference between the one running in PyCharm and the one running on Google Cloud that I'm about to turn back on. How do I latest or like new? Here we go. -C. And CD into this one. Tmux here. Poetry run. Python main.py. Oh, it didn't have. That's weird. Okay, we'll do poetry shell. Wonder if I can use an environment name. I have to do poetry install. Install them real quick because they're all cached on my machine, and now I can do python main.py. And now the 19-bit bot is back online, and we can play around with this. Let me do something real quick with the server so you can kind of see it happening. Roles, new role, display members separately from online roles, save changes. Other role, display role members separately from online members. And now if I say /ping, the bot says /pong. If I say /my command, we have two versions of the my command, which is slightly annoying. Oh, I bet I turned off my command. Yeah, over on my other screen it says key error, my command. The application did not respond. That's embarrassing. Let me see what other / commands there are for this bot. There is add role to something, there is hello cam, there is how do I roll, there is latency, there is my command. There's my long command. There's ping. There's start and roll message. Is my command appearing only once? That's interesting. Maybe it's working correctly now. No, it is still appearing twice. Although maybe those are... Ping appears only once. So I invite you to go to the brand new 19-bit bot server. And enter, let's do /ping. Yep, and it says Pong. Now /latency. An unreasonable number of counted digits there. And then let's do /howDoI. Use /start roll emoji message to initialize the message, then use /add roll to message one or more times. So go ahead and use /start roll emoji message. And there's the roll emoji reaction message. Now do /add roll. And you'll notice the command gives you some hints about where you should put additional information into the command. For roll, you should new -roll. And for emoji, you can choose any old emoji. Oh, what did it say? Oh, you typed new _roll. We needed new -roll. It's finicky like that. There it goes. You got the glasses face. Now you should be able to react. Click on the react with glasses face. Oh, that's an unfortunate user interface bug. Or user interface mistake. You have to click on a reaction to the roll emoji reaction message. That did it, or did it? 3 forbidden missing positions. Did I not give this bot the right positions? Or is it not in the correct place in the roles list? Yep, I have to move 19-bit bot up to the top in the roles for this to work. Okay, try removing that reaction and then adding it again. There you go, now you have new role. And if I react, then I have new role. And I can do /add roll other roll emoji, just sun, or thumbs up, I guess. And now you go and find the thumbs up there. And if you remove yourself from new role, you'll find that you then have other role displaying in the list of roles. Have you unreacted to... You have to unreact to... Now you have both roles, yeah, but it can only show you in one at a time. But yeah. So that feature is working. What other features does this have that I haven't shown off yet? That might be the only one. Oh, Cam. Yeah, it's a it's a super bot. I had well, I did no, Cam did the writing. Cam wrote a hello Cam command, and that's here. Okay, I think we've exhausted this bot's capabilities. And I think I need to find a better way to have the bot acknowledge that you have. I wonder if there's a way for the bot to just like say, yes, I'm responding, but not actually send a message. Because as a user, you were clearly you were confused by the message that 19-bit bot sent at 7:34 p.m. So I'll make a to-do notice of that. To do remove added role name with emoji. But okay, that's the current iteration of that bot. And let me think about what else I can do. How's Think Python going? Well, you've got till Sunday, so that's okay. And then yeah, maybe a sad, disappointed Eric. Okay, that's less maybe less frightening. I don't know. That's a good time for you to end it. I may stay on. No, that's a lamp. Well, there's a little bit of sun out actually. It's only 7:40. Well, I hope you're sleeping before then. Okay, have a good one. Thanks for dropping in. Bye. Oh, and we were at the end of the timer, so let's go to be right back mode. As yet unknown whether I will continue the stream. Hourglass is cut. Be right back. Okay. Oh, that's the end of that timer. Okay. Back to the live mode. Actually, let's go to webcam mode. No, let's go to live mode. 3, 2, 1. Cut it back in. I believe I am out of ideas for tonight, so I'm going to turn on the thanks for watching thing. Boom, and let that run for, I guess, probably the whole 5 minutes. I don't know. All right, that's long enough. I'm going to cut the stream now. Thanks for watching.